We're live from Georgia. White first. This is the presidential debate.
This debate is Espanol. This is a pit between President Donald Trump, former President Joe Biden, and their rematch for the nation's title. Each will face the American people with just over 4 months until a case. Good evening, I'm Dan Ash.
I'm Jake Ash, and I will co-mash this evening. Our job is to President Trump will be on the left side. President Biden right. A coin toss determined their positions. Each candidate will have 2 minutes.
When it's time for a candidate to speak, he will be difficult
to understand for viewers at home.
At the end of the debate,
now please welcome the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
I fucked my ass.
Narcissistic bitch. Narcissistic bitch.
And please welcome the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Gentlemen, let's begin.
Any drug, all the drugs they could include, beginning, and we're going to make that available to everybody. All the drugs, all Americans.
We have the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well. Everybody was amazed. Countries were we got hit with so we wouldn't end up in a great 1929 by the time we finished. So we did a great job. We got a lot of wars. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. He created illegal immigrants to bounce back from the COVID. He has done a good job. He's done a poor job. It's not killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Biden, President, thank you.
Well, look, the greatest economy in the world, I think. I don't know anybody else to think. And, the fact of the matter is that his economy, wealthy. He had the largest tax, $2 trillion. He raised it larger. He's the only president other than Herbert Hoover who's done it since Herbert. He did something that, still killing people. That we'll find ourselves up there. We were a safe country. The truth, I'm the only country that doesn't have any this decade dying world.
If I can, well, I'm going to ask you if you can do whatever you want. You want to impose 10% tariff on all coming into the U.S.
Countries that have been ripped for years, like China and China, it's going to and give us a lot of. He made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax in history. I also gave you the largest
history. That's why we had all the jobs.
Bounce back. He's taking credit for bounce. Can't do that. He also said he inherited he inherited almost no inflation, and then it blew up with power. He got out. It was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country's life.
President, last 8 years under both of your administrations,
National
highs.
Why should top earners and earners pay now?
Because the tax spurred the greatest, but we spurred that bird. The country was going like never before. Liquid gold right under our feet. The gas right under our feet. We were going to have something that had. We got hit with COVID. We did a lot. Unbelievable situation with all of the therapeutics and all of the things that we came up with. We gave him something great. Remember,
more people died,
even though we had largely fixed it,
than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it.
More people died under his administration. Something which a lot of people don't like to talk about. But he had far more people dying in his administration.
President Biden, respond to this question about the national.
He had the largest national rate, number one. Number two, he got two. What I'm going to do is fix the example. We have 500,000 billion trillionaires, either one of those numbers. They'd raise 1,000 trillionaires.
Beat it to death. Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare, and he's destroying these millions and millions of people coming in. They're trying to put them to death. In the last 4 years is not to be believed. I'm friends with a lot of people. Cannot believe what happened. They don't like us. We're stupid. Absolutely criminal.
this is the first presidential election. This morning, the court ruled on election.
A complex, but not really complex, legal scholar, and the country is now coming together.
Thank you, President Biden.
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that And that's this idea that they're all against it is just ridiculous. We're in 6 weeks, and we're in a state you don't even know you need help. You cannot see a doctor have you. Look, there's so many young women who young women who be raped by young women who just. But here's the deal: there's a lot by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that.
Thank you.
I know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, there have been many young women raping.
I'll let you do that. This is the same topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions.
I support Roe is between the woman and the doctor. Second extreme situation. The third time.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
I mean, between the woman and the killing American soldiers.
Russia was made up.
That's number one. 4-star general standard, period. And number 2, caused brain damage, and he didn't do a thing. The fact is that Putin is a war criminal. He's killed thousands and thousands of people. And he has made one thing clear. He wants to reestablish Belarus. What do you think happens to those? The person on this stage is a convicted felon, is the man I'm looking at right now. What are you talking about? Thought Hitler had some good ideas, coming out of the woods, carrying swastikas. This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things.
We have a debate. We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency, he's the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country.
Bunk. It happened. This guy has no sense of American democracy.
It's a scam. Can't win fair and square.
Iran.
Welcome back to the Central Debate, live from Georgia. Are still 3 times more likely to die.
These corporations that collude to keep people that we fact of on the choice that cut them in half. Black colleges by ballooning, anything having to do with.
The fact is that his big kill on the black people.
President Biden.
There was no inflation. Cut the cops. By 2035, we will have pollution. By the way,
And what he's done to the black population is horrible. He had H2O.
So you still have 82 seconds left.
Russia. He doesn't know what he's doing. The thing is, he doesn't fire people. Most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Did you fire mental institutions? Let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn.
Let's not act like children.
you are a child.
Specific.
I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. I would be very happy.
Such a whiner. We've made significant progress in this last number one. When, for example, you get rid of the ability of we got it down to 50. Reduced the federal debt by 100 to make that available to every. I'm going to make sure that we have what we're doing on lead pipes.
President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
We want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, but he doesn't do anything. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people. Doesn't respect him. We look like fools. We didn't stop. We're living in hell. What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest taxation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because we're in a failing nation going to Asia.